Well, but before proceeding further, let me introduce myself. I am Dr. Prince Jayakumar, retired professor of physical education and sports sciences at Namra University. As well, I am a athletic coach, NAS trained, as well as a tennis coach, PTR certified. And this video, which I am sending about the components and the factors connected with high performance of humans. High performance, what I mean is any performance which you do it under a stressful situation in which you wanted to excel in a competition, in which you either with your competition means either with the co-components, or sometimes you will be with the machines, or sometimes you will be performing a very difficult surgery between life and death of a patient. So high performance is connected with your mind and body. The optimal, or I would say the maximal possible performance of your mind and body to perform your task, to accomplish your goal. So the performance of a pilot who is flying a fighter plane, or the performance of a surgeon who is performing with a micro surgery with the microscopes, or a performance of a track athlete who is doing 100 meters in less than 10 seconds, or a shot putter who is tossing the handball to 22 meters and beyond, or a marathon runner who is doing around 2 minutes or less than 2 minutes as per the world standards. All the high performance is same, but the components required, the situation which is performed are different. So the high performance has to be dealt with utmost care, and we have to put in all the parameters connected with the particular high performance. So high performance parameters required for a sprinter. Now focusing on the track and field, sprinter is entirely different that of a shot putter. The shot putter is again entirely different than of a marathon runner. And coming to tennis, for example, high performance to be assessed in the form of in the player who is performing at the Grand Slam level finals in the fifth set at the Grand Slam. So naturally he needs more of a will quality, desire to win and stay and postpone all his feelings of fatigue and fight out. So that's most of the psychological quality. So a combination of several qualities makes one athlete successful in a particular event. So in order to, for example, to identify the motor qualities required for a marathoner, it's more or less endurance. 90% of his motor quality required for a marathoner is endurance. Of course, speed is required, speed endurance is required, and will quality is also required, self-confidence is required, and his physiological capability is also required. But the main component is required is endurance. Whereas it is a sprinter, if it is a 100-meter sprinter, the main quality required is speed and its components. But a shot putter, you should be very strong, fast, you should be very agile, you should be able to perform turning movements and rotational movements in the body within a fraction of a second, maximum up to 6 occasions. That's all, 6 for a period of 1 hour or so for trials and finals. So the quality is required for a sprinter, and the quality is required for a shot putter, and the quality is required for a marathon runner are entirely different, though they are all motor qualities. So motor qualities are speed, strength, endurance, flexibility, and so agility, mobility, coordination, balance, and so many associated factors which are connected with a particular event. So in the field of sports training, which I am trained at, which I have been in the exposure for the past 35 years. So deliberate training for a duration of 10,000 hours from the age 10 to age 20. So is required to project an athlete to a level of world class or Olympic level, 10,000 deliberate hours. So just imagine at least 2.5 to 3 hours per day is required, minimum, bare minimum. So continuously and rhythmically over a period of 10 years, which involves, training, rest, recovery, again training, increase of load, again training, rest, recovery, competitions, and so all these factors involves a lot of expenses. All these factors involves highly technically trained personnel. All these factors involve sometimes behavioral experts like a sports psychologist and a biomechanist. Sometimes we need to go for expertise with sports nutrition or nutritional experts. And to sum it up, what is required is a top level of expertise in mind and body. Mind and body should function in congruence with or in coordination with to produce the optimal output. And if you go further to specifically mention I think I have explained about what is required for high performance in general, and in particular with track and field, and particularly with endurance event and sprinting event and a shot putting event. If you need to go further in the next videos for a specific analysis of shot putter, or specific analysis of a discus thrower, or a middle distance runner, or specific analysis of a tennis player, please post it in your comments, and we'll design the talk in such a way that which solves your problems and which gives you enough information. Please subscribe this. Thank you.